All right, so today is August 2nd, 2026. Y'all, I have a massive shit. A download. I'm not sure what the language is out here these days, but there's nothing new under the sun, y'all. Okay, so there's a shift in the earth again, as we have seen in times past, back in the 60s, 70s, maybe the 30s, 40s, I don't know. There was this major shift in Christianity. Christianity was the thing to discover, the thing to explore. That's how you understood spirituality. That was on a collective level. But, however, there is always a spiritual realm for those who don't necessarily know Christianity or were not in that realm to experience Christianity, like people who are on other sides of the planet. They didn't have Christianity, but they had a basis. They had a source. They understood that how the earth works. So I am listening to a book by Esther and Abraham Hicks, Vortex, Living in a Vortex. And for me, it is explaining a lot of misalignment, static feelings inside of me. And let me tell you something. In the beginning, when I started listening to this material, it was very, very uncomfortable, very disheartening, because it's easy to stay in friction modality, which is chaos, grief, fear, all of that stuff, because it's comfortable. We have made up words and sayings to live in that comfort, and we have made up templates and ways to live so we can live in that, quote, comfort. But in that expression of the template that we have been living in for so long, the collective has started to understand that it don't work like that. There is nothing new under the sun. The laws of the universe, the laws of the earth have a way of being and have a way of acting out in this human form. And to discover that, I feel like the oddball on a lot of days, because things just don't resonate for me. And when I do get the resonance of certain vibrations, then I know how to sit with them and observe them, to alchemize them, to see the good in it, because all things works together for the good, right? So what is a thing? A thing could be a situation, a relationship, a business, thing. So it is hard to see the good in the negative, but trust me, it is there. And because I am a creature, I'm a being, I chose to vibrate at a high frequency. And I've been knowing that since I was a little girl. I've chosen to be, rock my world. I'm in my own little world, and I know what I want out of life, and I see it. But the blockage in me had come because I have placed myself under this template, under this doctrine, underneath this way of being that was so limited in its beliefs. I mean, I say limited in its belief. This is how I view Christianity, and a lot of people do view Christianity. There is one God. There is you won't go to heaven unless you absolutely have to confess him and all of that stuff. When Christ even said that, no, I and my Father are one. The source, he was saying the source and me are one, just like you and the source are one. We are all creative in a likeness in the image. This leaf that right here, I am one with this leaf. Some way, somehow, some shape, some form. I am one with everything. Even this man running down the street. There is a oneness there. But the rejection and the resistance and the expectations that we place on each other causes a blockage. Damn, when she said that, I was like, oh, man. And I just came out of a beautiful relationship, y'all. A beautiful relationship. It was the most, it's a delicious relationship. But to the average mind, it looked like it was less than. Not for me, because I don't operate off of the template of the Christian way, of the way that a relationship is supposed to be, in those terms of it has to look like this. I vibrate high in that matter, so I attracted a high vibrational loving person. But that person also is reflecting back to me the dissonance in me, because we both didn't know how to settle down. We both didn't know how to make our own choices. We both were flowing in this consistency of misalignment. So I cannot control what he does. So to place jealousy, anger, rage, or anything on his decision would just be putting me back, because that is not how I handle handling. How to handle unmet expectations was a series that I learned when I was a young woman. And how to handle that expectation is don't place expectations on people that are not designed to fulfill that expectation. For example, nobody is supposed to make you feel loved. They can assist you, but if you don't already know love, then you will not be able to give it. Or you will receive it in the wrong way because it's conditional. He got to buy me flowers. He got to buy me this. He got to do this. He got to do that. He need to give me money. Those are conditional. And once that condition is not met, then there is no love flow. But no, baby, let me tell you something about this man that I met. He was a direct reflection of me. And I thank the universe, the earth, whatever, whatever term you want to go by, that I met him. And I thank God that he met me, because just as much as I want to beg and say that he did this to me, no, I don't want to do that. But this is what I be hearing, that he did this to me. He didn't stay with me, and so he's the dirt of. He's an avoidant. He's all of this shit. Stop calling people names that they not. They just didn't have the capacity to meet you where you were. And if you are vibrating on love, you at the highest frequency. There is no need to drag down a person's name. If you say you were in love. And some of the love that we are experiencing is just bondage. It's not really freedom, because it is on the premise of this person better do what I say. If they don't do what I say, then they gone. And then you notice it's a lot of fear going on in relationships. A lot of fear. The man don't want to go home because the wife nagged. The wife don't want to go home because the husband nagged about cooking and cleaning. And the wife nagging about touch me, kiss me, take me. And it can just get heavy. But that is what we have been used to doing. But now I'm telling y'all, it's a different shift. It's another vibration. Not another, but it's just coming to terms with everything that the prophet said would come. It's coming to pass. Many false gods shall arise. But let me tell you something, that false God could just be like a warped soul who chose to do destruction on the earth. And there is no time to focus on that when you are called and you have a divine calling. I can't even worry about my bills, y'all. That is so high. My frequency is telling me, just be cool. You are covered. And then I see number signs. I see synchronicities. What was, what is, and what's to come. What is right now is a beautiful thing. And yes, I have seen this sign before because I chose it. I looked at it and I was like, oh, I want to do that. Yes, I chose. I want to do that. I chose to be a twin flame. I chose that route because I don't, I'm a brave heart. And I was listening to this person online. It was saying like the astrology. The astrology is a meaningful tool in this earth. And one thing that an Aries is a bold individual. We are the ram, we are the fire. And we don't come to burn anything up with destruction. We come to ignite you, to be inspired, to continue to do what you know you need to do to live on this earth, to receive the love and the affection and the blessing that you are calling forth. Now, what you going to do with that? Me, for example, I'm finally choosing me first. And that's the intro that I'm introducing myself to, another me. No, I'm not. I'm introducing myself back to me like, hey, because I ain't no other me. It's just me. It's just me. The law of allowance. Allow myself to feel. Man. Whew. Choices. Okay, hold on.